and I want to have you go through it real quick. Let's turn to page 160, because this has 13 pieces of data and it's not really that tricky. Number 14. There's a table about social distress and brain activity. And I guess part of the study was that they included students in an activity and then excluded them from the next activity, and then measured their brain activity, had them take a survey and measure their brain activity to see if it physically caused them pain by not being included the second time around. So I put all this information in a spreadsheet. In my Inspire calculator. And it's going to be a little bit different than what we were doing before, because what we were doing before was just one variable statistics. These are using two variables. So I put this one in my column A, and I put this one in my column B, and remember, you got to give them a title. And then pause this, or I'm going to pause it for a second, and put all 13 pieces of data in for social distress, and then in part B for the brain activity. And once you do that, you can press the menu button on the Inspire and down to number 4, which is statistics, and then to number 1, which is stat calculations. And I'm going to go and when you click one stat calculations, hold on one second, I just lost it. I picked 2, which is 2 variable statistics, and that's where you also have to set up then the X I put as my social distress, the Y as my brain activity, and then you have to tell where you want your column, your results. I put like E, column E for mine, so that it would be kind of far away. And when you click enter, you actually will be able to get what the R value is. So for my R value, I got 0.878236. And I actually wanted to see what this looks like. I'm assuming for such a high number, because 1 is the biggest number you can possibly get, I'm assuming that the graph of it is going to be something similar to a nice tight line. So to be able to graph them, what we had done before was so to even look at the graph, we want to press Control and then the dock button. And we want to go to 5, which is add data and statistics. And that will just like give you dots all over the place. I wouldn't count that as a scatter plot just yet. You have to add the variable along the x-axis. I would put the social, and then the y-axis I would put the brain, and that will give you what a scatter plot would look like. So you want to go to both of those places. And you should see that it does look something similar to, having a few pieces over here, and a couple over here, a couple up here, here, something like that, which is making it a positive correlation, or a positive association. And as far as strength, when you have 0.87 as your R, as your correlation, then that's a pretty strong correlation. Numbers that would be closer to 0 would be more weak correlations. So for this one, I guess the idea is when you are excluded from something after being included, what happens to the brain until you actually feel pain. And I guess looking at this with this strong correlation, it does appear that social exclusion triggers a pain response.